In a small town nestled between dense forests and rolling hills, there stood an old mansion that loomed over its surroundings like a brooding sentinel. The locals whispered of its eerie past and warned travelers to steer clear after dark. They spoke of strange noises emanating from within its walls, whispers that chilled the spine, footsteps that echoed through empty halls, and eerie shadows that danced in the moonlight. Legend had it that the mansion was once owned by a wealthy recluse who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Some said he had delved into forbidden knowledge, seeking to unlock the secrets of the afterlife. Others claimed darker forces were at play, that the mansion was cursed by an ancient spirit angered by its desecration. One stormy night, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to investigate the mansion. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they crept through overgrown gardens and creaking gates. As they stepped into the foyer, the air grew heavy with foreboding. Cobwebs hung like drapes, and the floorboards groaned beneath their feet. They ventured deeper, hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. In a forgotten library, they discovered dusty tomes filled with arcane symbols and cryptic writings. In the dining hall, a table set for a long-abandoned feast seemed frozen in time, covered in cobwebs and decay. Suddenly, a cold wind swept through the mansion, extinguishing their flashlights and plunging them into darkness. Panic gripped the group as eerie whispers filled the air, seeming to come from all directions. Shadows flickered on the walls, taking on shapes that seemed to move with malevolent intent. One by one, they fled the mansion, racing through the storm-lashed grounds as though pursued by unseen hands. They never spoke of what they saw that night, but each carried the memory like a heavy stone, a reminder that some mysteries are better left undisturbed. To this day, the mansion stands, its secrets buried within its walls, beckoning to those brave or foolish enough to seek them out. But beware, for not all who enter emerge unscathed, and the darkness that resides within may not easily let go of its visitors. Months passed since that fateful night at the mansion, but the memory lingered like a shadow in the minds of the teenagers who dared to explore its mysteries. Some tried to convince themselves it was just their imagination running wild in the dark, while others couldn't shake the feeling that they had encountered something beyond explanation. Among them was Emma, the boldest of the group, who found herself inexplicably drawn back to the mansion. The whispers that had haunted her dreams grew louder each night, echoing fragments of ancient chants and warnings of forgotten dangers. She became obsessed with uncovering the truth behind the mansion's sinister reputation. One autumn evening, when the sun dipped low and cast long shadows over the crumbling walls, Emma returned. This time, she came alone, armed with a determination that bordered on recklessness. She ignored the warnings of her friends and the wary glances of the townsfolk as she stepped through the wrought iron gates. Inside, the mansion seemed to have changed since their last visit. The air was thick with an oppressive stillness, broken only by the occasional creak of aging timber. As Emma ventured deeper into the heart of the mansion, she discovered rooms that had been previously sealed shut now stood open, as if beckoning her further. In a dimly lit chamber, she stumbled upon a dusty old journal bound in cracked leather. Its pages, yellowed with age, chronicled the life of the mansion's original owner, a man named Elias Blackwood. According to the journal, Elias had indeed been a scholar of the occult, obsessed with contacting spirits from beyond the grave. Emma's heart raced as she read tales of forbidden rituals conducted within the mansion's walls, of whispers from unseen entities promising knowledge in exchange for sacrifice. She shivered, realizing that the mansion was not merely haunted by ghosts, but by the lingering presence of dark magic. Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, Emma pressed on, determined to uncover the truth behind Elias Blackwood's disappearance. She navigated through hidden passages and secret chambers, each step bringing her closer to a truth she wasn't sure she was ready to face. As midnight approached, Emma found herself standing before a heavy oak door adorned with arcane symbols. With trembling hands, she pushed it open, revealing a chamber bathed in an otherworldly glow. Shadows danced on the walls, and a chill wind whispered through the room, carrying with it voices from the past. At the center of the chamber lay an ancient tome, bound in human skin and inscribed with runes that pulsed with a faint, eerie light. Emma approached cautiously, feeling the weight of centuries-old secrets pressing down upon her. As she reached out to touch the tome, a voice, neither human nor ghostly, echoed in her mind, warning her of the consequences of trespassing into realms best left undisturbed. Emma hesitated, torn between her thirst for knowledge and the instinctive dread that clawed at her heart. In that moment, she felt a presence behind her, a cold breath on her neck. She turned, expecting to confront some malevolent spirit, but instead found herself face to face with a specter of Elias Blackwood himself. His eyes filled with both sorrow and longing. "You must leave this place," the specter whispered, his voice echoing with a sadness that pierced Emma's soul. "The darkness within is not meant for mortal minds to comprehend." With those words, the specter faded into the shadows, leaving Emma standing alone in the chamber. Trembling, she closed the ancient tome and fled the mansion, the weight of its secrets heavier than ever on her shoulders. From that day onward, Emma never returned to the mansion. She moved away from the town, haunted by dreams of the darkness she had glimpsed and the specter of Elias Blackwood. The mansion remained standing, a silent sentinel over its secrets, waiting for the next curious soul brave or foolish enough to seek them out. And so, the legend of the scary house and its mysterious past lived on, whispered among the townsfolk and passed down through generations as a cautionary tale of the dangers that lurk in the shadows of forgotten places. Years passed, and the mansion stood as a silent enigma on the outskirts of the town. The story of Emma's encounter with the spectral figure of Elias Blackwood became part of local lore, whispered around campfires and shared with wide-eyed children who dared each other to approach the mansion's gates. Meanwhile, Emma tried to move on with her life, but the memories of that haunting night continued to haunt her. She threw herself into her studies, burying herself in books and research, hoping to find answers that would provide closure to the mysteries that had plagued her since that fateful evening. One day, while researching ancient occult texts in a dusty library far from her hometown, Emma stumbled upon a reference that sent chills down her spine. It spoke of a powerful artifact known as the Tome of Shadows, said to contain knowledge that could grant unimaginable power to those who dared to unlock its secrets. Legends spoke of its creation by a sorcerer long forgotten, its pages imbued with dark magic that promised both enlightenment and peril. Driven by a newfound determination, Emma embarked on a quest to uncover the truth behind the Tome of Shadows and its connection to the mansion and Elias Blackwood. Her journey took her to remote archives and forgotten ruins, where she pieced together fragments of lore and legend that hinted at a deeper, more sinister purpose behind the mansion's existence. Along the way, Emma encountered others who had been drawn into the orbit of the mansion's mysteries. Scholars seeking forbidden knowledge, treasure hunters lured by tales of hidden wealth, and even occultists who believed in the power of the tome to reshape reality itself. Some warned her to turn back, fearful of the darkness that surrounded the artifact, while others egged her on, driven by their own obsessions. Through it all, Emma remained steadfast in her quest, fueled by a mix of curiosity and a desire to confront the shadows that had haunted her for so long. She uncovered ancient rituals and deciphered cryptic symbols, each revelation bringing her closer to the heart of the mystery that had consumed her life. Finally, after years of searching, Emma discovered a hidden chamber deep within a forgotten catacomb. There, nestled in a stone alcove covered in centuries-old dust, lay the Tome of Shadows itself. Its cover was etched with intricate designs that seemed to writhe and twist in the flickering torchlight, and its pages whispered with promises of forbidden knowledge and untold power. As Emma reached out to grasp the tome, she felt a surge of anticipation mingled with dread. The weight of centuries of secrets pressed down upon her as she hesitated, torn between the allure of the artifact and the warnings of those who had come before her. Just then, a voice echoed through the chamber. Not a whisper this time, but a clear, resonant voice that cut through the silence like a blade. "Stop!" Emma froze, her hand inches from the tome, and turned to see Elias Blackwood's spectral form materialize before her. His eyes, though filled with sadness and regret, held a glimmer of hope. "You seek answers that should remain hidden," he said, his voice carrying a weight of ancient wisdom. The Tome of Shadows holds power beyond mortal understanding. It is not meant for the hands of the living. Emma listened, her heart heavy with the weight of her quest and the realization that some mysteries were never meant to be unraveled. Slowly, she withdrew her hand from the tome, feeling a sense of relief and loss wash over her. With a final nod to the spectral figure of Elias Blackwood, Emma turned away from the chamber and left the catacombs behind. She returned to her life with a newfound sense of peace, knowing that some secrets were best left buried in the shadows. As for the mansion, it continued to stand as a testament to the mysteries of the past, its walls holding secrets that whispered through the ages. The townsfolk watched over it with a mixture of fear and reverence, knowing that the darkness within would forever remain a part of their town's history. And so, the story of the scary house and its enigmatic past continued to echo through the generations, a cautionary tale of the dangers of curiosity and the consequences of delving too deep into the unknown. Years passed, and the town around the mansion grew and changed, but the eerie reputation of the old house remained a constant presence in the lives of its inhabitants. Emma, now a respected scholar in her field, found solace in her work, though the memories of her encounters with the mansion's mysteries continued to linger in the back of her mind. One autumn afternoon, as Emma sifted through dusty tomes in her university's library, she received an unexpected visitor, a young woman named Amelia. Amelia's family had recently moved to the town, and she had heard whispers about the mansion and its haunted past. Intrigued by the stories, she sought out Emma, hoping to learn more about the mysterious house on the hill. Emma hesitated at first, reluctant to revisit the memories that still stirred unease within her. But something in Amelia's earnest gaze reminded her of her own youthful curiosity and determination. She agreed to meet with Amelia over a cup of tea in a quiet corner of the library, where they could speak freely. As they talked, Emma found herself recounting her experiences with the mansion, the whispers in the dark, the spectral apparition of Elias Blackwood, and the ancient tome that held secrets beyond mortal comprehension. Amelia listened with rapt attention, her eyes wide with wonder and a hint of trepidation. "Is it true that the mansion is haunted?" Amelia asked in a hushed voice, leaning closer as if afraid the very walls might hear. Emma smiled gently, remembering her own doubts and fears all those years ago. "Yes, it is true that strange things have happened there," she admitted, choosing her words carefully. "But not all mysteries are easily explained. Some are best left as they are." Amelia nodded thoughtfully, her curiosity undiminished. "Do you think there's still something hidden in that mansion? Something waiting to be discovered?" Emma paused, considering the question. "Perhaps," she said finally, her voice tinged with a mixture of caution and fascination. "But remember, curiosity can lead us down paths we may not be prepared for. Some mysteries are like shadows. They may seem intriguing from afar, but up close, they can be overwhelming." Amelia nodded again, absorbing Emma's words. "Thank you for telling me your story," she said sincerely. "I think I understand now." As Emma watched Amelia leave the library, a sense of closure washed over her. She realized that her own journey into the mysteries of the mansion had shaped her into the person she had become. A scholar tempered by experience, a seeker of knowledge tempered by wisdom. In the years that followed, Emma continued her research into ancient lore and occult mysteries, but she never again sought out the mansion or its secrets. Instead, she focused on sharing her knowledge with others, guiding them to explore the wonders of history and the marvels of the unknown with caution and respect. And so, the mansion on the hill remained a part of the town's history, its mysteries whispered among the curious and the wary alike. As generations passed, the stories of the scary house grew more embellished and more fantastical, but at their heart lay the cautionary tale of Emma's journey, a reminder that some mysteries are best left untouched, their secrets buried in the shadows of time. Decades had passed since Emma shared her tale with Amelia in the quiet corner of the university library. The town had modernized, yet the mansion on the hill remained unchanged, a relic of the past, still shrouded in mystery and surrounded by whispers of its haunted history. "Amelia," now an elderly woman with a lifetime of experiences behind her, often found herself reflecting on that day in the library and the story Emma had shared. Despite the passage of time, the allure of the mansion and its secrets had never truly faded from her mind. Now retired and with a sense of nostalgia tugging at her, she decided to revisit the town where it all began. As she stepped off the train, memories flooded back. The winding streets, the towering trees, and the looming silhouette of the mansion against the sky. It seemed smaller now, more weathered by the years, yet no less imposing in its presence. Amelia wandered through familiar streets, exchanging pleasantries with old acquaintances and listening to the gossip that still revolved around the mansion. Some claimed to have seen lights flickering in the windows at night, while others swore they heard eerie whispers carried on the wind from its direction. One crisp autumn afternoon, with a mixture of trepidation and curiosity, Amelia found herself standing once again at the gates of the mansion. The wrought iron creaked as she pushed them open, and she ventured up the overgrown path toward the weathered front door. Inside, the mansion felt frozen in time. Dust motes danced in the shafts of sunlight that filtered through cracked windows, casting a ghostly glow over the faded grandeur of the interior. Amelia wandered through rooms filled with echoes of the past. Abandoned furniture draped in dusty sheets, portraits with eyes that seemed to follow her every move, and corridors that whispered secrets of forgotten lives. She paused in the library, where Emma had discovered the ancient journal that had sparked her own journey into the mansion's mysteries. Dusty volumes lined the shelves, their spines cracked with age, holding stories and knowledge waiting to be uncovered. In a forgotten corner, Amelia stumbled upon an old desk covered in yellowed papers and faded ink. Among them, she found a letter, delicate script written in a hand she recognized as Emma's. It spoke of the profound impact the mansion had on her life, of the lessons learned and the wisdom gained from confronting its secrets. As she read Emma's words, Amelia felt a sense of connection across the years, a shared understanding of the pull of curiosity and the weight of the unknown. She realized that, like Emma, she had come seeking closure, not just for herself but for the town and its enduring fascination with the mansion. With a final glance around the library, Amelia carefully folded the letter and tucked it into her pocket. The mansion had given her what she had come for, a deeper understanding of the stories that had shaped her life, a reminder of the power of tales woven through time, and a sense of peace knowing that some mysteries were meant to remain unsolved. As she walked back down the path toward town, the sun dipped low in the sky, casting long shadows across the mansion's grounds. The whispers of the past seemed to fade with each step, leaving behind a quiet reverence for the mansion and its place in the tapestry of the town's history. And so, the mansion on the hill continued to stand, its secrets locked away within its walls, a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the journeys it inspires in those brave enough to seek them out. Amelia's return to the town and the mansion stirred whispers among the townsfolk. Many wondered what had prompted her sudden visit after so many years, while others speculated that perhaps she had uncovered new clues about the mansion's mysteries. For Amelia, however, the truth was more personal. She had come seeking closure, not just for herself, but also for Emma and the spectral figure of Elias Blackwood that had haunted her memories since that fateful day in the library. As she wandered the streets and revisited familiar places, memories of her youth intertwined with the present, weaving a tapestry of emotions that she hadn't anticipated. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and cast a golden glow over the town, Amelia found herself standing at the edge of the mansion's grounds once more. The air was still, and a sense of tranquility settled around her like a gentle embrace. She closed her eyes, allowing herself to absorb the quiet beauty of the moment. Suddenly, a voice, soft yet resonant, broke through the silence. "Amelia!" She turned, startled, to see a faint figure standing at the edge of the mansion's garden. It was Elias Blackwood, his form shimmering like a mirage in the fading light. His eyes, though filled with the weight of centuries, held a warmth that Amelia hadn't expected. "You have returned," Elias said, his voice carrying a hint of relief. "You seek answers, as many have before you." Amelia approached cautiously, her heart pounding with a mixture of apprehension and curiosity. I wanted to understand, she began hesitantly. To understand what happened here, what drove Emma and so many others to explore this place. Elias regarded her with a solemn nod, as if he understood the weight of her words. The mansion holds many secrets, he said quietly. Secrets that transcend time and mortality. Why did you linger here? Amelia asked, her voice barely above a whisper. What happened to you? Elias's gaze turned distant, as if peering into the depths of memory. I sought knowledge, he replied slowly. Knowledge that promised power and understanding beyond the mortal realm. But in my pursuit, I lost sight of what truly mattered. Amelia listened intently, her own memories of Emma's tale echoing in her mind. She realized that Elias's story was not just one of curiosity and ambition, but also of regret and longing for what had been lost. You warned Emma to turn away, Amelia said softly, recalling the spectral encounter Emma had described. Why? Elias's expression softened, a flicker of sadness crossing his features. Some truths are too dangerous for mortal minds, he explained. The darkness that resides within this mansion. It is a burden I would not wish upon anyone. Amelia nodded slowly, absorbing Elias's words. She understood now the gravity of the mysteries that had drawn so many before her. The mansion was not just a place of fear and intrigue, but also a testament to the fragility of human curiosity and the enduring power of the unknown. As twilight descended over the town, Amelia bid farewell to the spectral figure of Elias Blackwood. She knew she would carry his words with her always, a reminder of the lessons learned from her journey into the mansion's mysteries. In the days that followed, Amelia returned to her quiet life, but she never forgot the mansion on the hill and the stories woven through its walls. She shared Emma's letter with the town's historical society, ensuring that the tales of the mansion's past would be preserved for future generations to ponder and explore. And so, the mansion continued to stand as a silent sentinel over the town, its mysteries whispered among the curious and the cautious alike. As time passed, new generations would come to know the stories of the scary house and its enigmatic history, each finding their own meaning in the shadows of its walls. For Amelia, Emma, and Elias Blackwood, their journeys had intertwined through the ages, leaving behind a legacy of curiosity, courage, and the enduring quest for understanding in the face of the unknown. And as the sun set over the mansion on the hill, it cast long shadows that danced like ghosts in the fading light, a testament to the timeless allure of mystery and the enduring power of storytelling.